Question 28. Consider the following data set. So we have a 1, 5, 9, 10, 15. Suppose a new value, x, is added to this data set giving the following. So 1, 5, 9, 10, 15, and this x added to the end. It is known that x is greater than 15. It is also known that the difference between the means of the two data sets is equal to 10 times the difference between the medians of the two data sets. Calculate the value of x. So I dare say that the difficulty in this question is more trying to unpack this last paragraph here. So let's work backwards. So we're talking about the difference between the medians of the two data sets. Then we'll consider 10 times the difference, and then we'll use that to compute the mean of the second data set, and from that we can then calculate the x. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to label these two data sets. Okay, so let's call this data set A, and let's call this one data set B. Okay, so median of A is equal to 9. Okay, so thankfully it's an ordered set of scores. Okay, and let's have a look at the median of B. Okay, and there's 6 scores, so it's an even number, so it's going to be between 9 and 10, so it's going to be 9.5. Okay, so the difference between the medians is 9.5 minus 9, which is equal to 0.5. Okay. Now we need 10 times the difference between the medians. So we have the difference between the medians. Let's work out 10 times the difference. Which equals 5. Okay. So continuing to work backwards, it is known that the difference between the means of the two data sets is equal to 10 times the difference. Now we have 10 times the difference here. So let's work out the means of the two data sets. So the mean of data set A is simple enough to compute. Okay, and we have 1 plus 5 plus 9 plus 10 plus 15 divided by 5. Okay, so I'm not going to use the stat mode on the calculator. I think it's just quicker to just add them up manually and divide that by 5, and we get 8. Now, the mean of data set B, okay, now this one has the x in it. Let's go back to this paragraph here. It is known that the difference between the means is equal to 10 times the difference. Now, 10 times the difference is 5 of bits between the two medians. If the mean of data set A is 8, therefore the mean of data set B must be 8 plus 5, which must be 13. Now, from that, we should be able to deduce the value of x. Okay, so what? 1 plus 5 plus 9 plus 10 plus 15 plus x, if we divide that by 6, because there are 6 scores, so we're finding the average, and we know what the average is, so we're kind of working backwards yet again, and it's equal to 13, since we know that the mean of data set B is 13, since that's what we've deduced already. So let's multiply both sides by 6. Okay, we can add these 5 scores as well. So I'll just do this in a few steps. So 1 plus 5 plus 9 plus 10 plus 15 plus x is equal to 13 times 6, so that's going to equal to 78. Okay, so therefore x is equal to 78. And if we subtract all these numbers, look, I could just add them up first and then subtract it from 78, but I might just do this. Minus 1, minus 5, minus 9, minus 10, minus 15, and that'll give us our value of x. So 78 minus 1, minus 5, minus 9, minus 10, minus 15. And the value of x there is 38.